Hello, my friends. How are you doing? I hope you're well. I have a stack of homemade embarrassing magic cards to share with you, and it is radically embarrassing. So let's look at these cards. Now, most of these cards I have made on my own in the history of me playing Magic. I started playing around Revised Edition back in 1994. Pardon me. So, I have a big history playing Magic, and I've been playing pretty much consistently over the last 26 years. So yeah, I'm old. But yeah, every now and then you decide, hey, I'll try to make a Magic card. I'll give you a hint on how I make Magic cards. I'm a big fan of unglued, and I did unglued type cards before unglued was a thing. So let's take a look at this first card. Let's see if you can see that. This is Lohengrin, the Donkey King. So this is the first card I tried making a Magic set editor. He is a planeswalker that makes donkey tokens. I thought it was funny. I actually thought I got the card fairly well balanced. But it's, what was I doing, you know? And of course I made, to go along with it, a Phyrexian War Donkey. Very high class, as you can see. I feel like I at least nailed the mana cost to the abilities. Maybe. Verdict's out. Of course, here's a donkey token, because, you know. Part of me almost wishes that there were donkeys in Magic so I could use the donkey token, because that is the best picture I think I've ever seen. So here, I really love Eldrazi, and when Rise of the Eldrazi came out, I made a 1/1 Eldrazi named Blipple, Lord of All Angry. Is it good? Probably not. But, you know, it's a tiny Eldrazi. So these cards right here are very homemade Magic cards I did in high school. This would have been about 1995, I think. So yeah, I just took a poster board and cut them out in roughly playing card shape. And it says Magic the Gathering Duck Master, which is pretty highbrow humor there. This is Idiot of the Pit. You know, you look back on cards and you're like, please God, tell me my humor has evolved. But sometimes you just don't know. I did kind of nail the borders a little bit. I kind of got the dimensions fairly okay, I think. This one says Magic Thigh Master. Oh, that's exciting. This is a Super Taser. It costs 4 colors and 1 white, I think it's supposed to be. It says target player loses control of all bodily functions. That's adult humor right there. 17-year-old me thought that was really funny, apparently. Here's Rabbit Atog. I was always an Atog fan. This is the same thing, only gets +1/+1 for each enchantment. So it's an Atog with a Rabid Wombat taped to it. Magic Heckmaster. These aren't good. These are awful. I did the art on these, by the way. I'm sure you've guessed that. Boredom, the green instant, or target player to death. That's then take his cards and run. Yeah, this is you know. Oh, this one says play Magic or else. This card is not tournament legal, like you didn't know, seeing it was hand drawn. Here's a Mox Zircon that you tap for no mana, and then you can sell it for money. So that's cool. Magic Wreckmaster. That's, oh Lord, these hurt. 3 Mile Island. This, in retrospect, you know, a serious a serious natural disaster at a nuclear plant isn't exactly what you would want to, you know, build your humor around. But the 90s were weird. This says, make target creature a big whopping 75-76 until end of turn. Geez, that's a big prodigal sorcerer. That's Magic Gathering. Are you reading this? I mean, considering I was like 16 or 17 at the time, this isn't bad, but it is bad. Here's our orangutan, because, you know, it does say summon monkey instead of summon ape. If I had to do it over again, A, I wouldn't make the card, but B, I would also make it an ape. Because I don't know why I didn't. This card is not tournament legal. Shocking. So this is interesting. This is a Chaos Orb that I pasted onto like an Astrolabe, I think. Using I just color copied it and pasted on. I think this was in college. I just used I think I just used rubber cement. This one doesn't look good. I have a black Lotus somewhere that's a little better. But I had somebody actually offer me real money for the Black Lotus, and I'm like, dog, this is a proxy card I'm never going to use, and I don't want to get like sued or in jail or something. So these cards are, my friend Brian made these, and he's a lot funnier than I am. So this is Farley the Unready. He costs 3 colors, 1 white, and 1 black, and he destroys target artifact, apparently by falling on it. And he did Magic Dork Master. Brian's a really talented artist, and his cards, he bequeathed these to me at some point, and they really turned out a lot better. This is Alchemist. These were also in high school. He was like 16 or 17 when he did these too. This would have been about 94, 95, 96, I think, more. So this is Alchemist, and it says sacrifice Al to destroy target chemist. I don't know if there's any chemist in the game, but I like it. He didn't put it back on this one, unfortunately. These are really good. I know mine are embarrassing. Brian's are just, he just knocked them out of the park. This is Ahmed Slushy King. This is based on The Simpsons, in case you're wondering. It's a 7-Eleven clerk. That's nice. 7-Eleven for 4 mana cost is actually pretty good. This is Urza's Pocket Lint that you can sacrifice for 3 life. I don't know, but I like it. Oh, he did put it back on this one. Very nice. This is a Dork Orc, which deals 9 damage to a dwarf. You know what's funny is when he made this card, this was even before Homelands, so there were like no dwarves in the game. There were like just a handful at best, like maybe 3 or 4. And now, you know, the new set Kaldheim is going to have a lot of dwarves. So this is actually, bravo, Brian. You're a prophet. Oh, so here's an Artatog, which you can pay 1 life to give it a +2/+2 until end of turn. Oh, and it's an artifact creature. That's actually a brilliant design. I like that. This is Bob. You always got to be wary of any Bobs. You can +6/-1 until end of turn. I like it. And here's the last of my friend Brian's cards. This is called Unionize. Brian, I love your cards. If you could do more Magic cards, please do some more custom cards. So this is a Unionize, an enchantment that says creatures cannot attack unless you pay 9 for each creature. And it's 3, and I think that's 3 and 2 black. Interesting. So these right here, going along, is you'll notice the Magic World Championship. So they had blank cards that you were supposed to make proxies. because they were pre-constructed decks with special backs. And you can do proxies in case you want to add like a card that wasn't included in the deck. You just write like, you know, Prodigal Sorcerer on a card and put it in. So in college, I was part of a gaming group that was an actual campus group. We got campus recognition from the university for being a group, which was, you know, made us feel great, but we didn't do a whole lot. But it was fun. It was fun to get together. We got together once or twice a week and gamed, and it was a great group. I still look fondly on that group. That was back in the late 90s, because I'm old. But I made cards, and I gave a bunch out to the group. I still got a few. This one is one of them. We had I think this was a Christmas event. I made a bunch of cards. Either a Christmas event or the end of the year. But this one is a gaming run, and it says it's one red, one blue. The game ends in a draw. Everyone goes to the local game stores. Oh, I miss those local game stores. Nexus and Dragon's Den. Those were both in Bowling Green, Kentucky. For anybody wondering, they were great. Great gaming stores back in the day. And here's one, Legends Reunite. It's one of each color mana. And if more than one Legends play, all Legends get +2/+2 in banding. Banding, underrated. No, it's not. But, you know. So here's a legendary land. This was the WKUGG was the gaming group. I went to Western Kentucky University, and we were just called the gaming group. So add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Use this ability only for playing the game at the University Center, where we always gamed. Well, we did at least the first couple of years. Then we had to move a couple times. But when I made the card, we were in the University Center. So, you know, if the university is still there, and I'm pretty sure it is, you can actually use this land. So there you go. For the whoever might be watching this. So to tell you how this is a card called the Listserv. It's a legendary land. Yeah, the Listserv. Does anybody remember Listservs? Oh boy. It's a legendary land. It says when this game ends, it must be discussed on a listserv. I gotta look up lists. I think listservs were like an extra feature on email. It was like a discussion. It was like a forum before there were forums. So yeah, it's archaic to say the least. Here's my own card that I made for the gaming group, and apparently I decided I was too red and too green, which I'm not. I'm Esper. If I'm anything, I'm Esper. Let's be honest. But destroy target hound. This is an in-game joke. I once kicked a dog in a GURPS game, and I regret it. You never kick doggos. Doggos are beautiful. Don't kick them. This is a gaming story. It's an enchantment that's white, black, and green. And the thing about these cards is I just like slapped this art on there with a permanent marker without like doing any drawing beforehand, so it's not good. If someone at the table mentions a game other than the one you're playing, the game ends and you have to tell them about somebody's character that was in another game. So this is the Black Lotus that I proxied back in college. It's good. I got offered money. It's just a copied Black Lotus. I actually shrunk down the oversized Black Lotus and copied it and paste and glued it to another Magic card. Don't do it unless you're like in a casual group, but don't ever sell it for money, because I was offered money. I said, no. So here's lands I wrote on. In college, there was a parking lot that was far off from campus called the Egypt lot. And I put, why is it flooded? It didn't even rain last night. It flooded a lot. There's another in joke. And this is the University Center South Lawn. That's another in joke. This one's called Jet Lag. Now this one, I tried making a more serious card. So it's 1 colorless, 2 blue instant that says target creature is considered to have just been summoned. So basically it gives a creature summoning sickness. Kind of liked it. I think that's a pretty good cost. It's one of the few cards I actually sit down and was like, can I make a legitimate Magic card? Well, kind of. This one's Big Whooping Stick because, you know, nothing like a big stick to hit things with. Gives a... this was before equipment, by the way, to tell you how old this was. I'm trying to see if the World Championships decks had to come out in like 98 or something like that. Cause, it had been before that, maybe. Alliances was still played. I know that. But anyway, it says target creature gains +1/+0 and rampage 1 until end of turn. So it's basically a pre-equipment equipment. I think that was an in joke, but it's dumb. This is one I made up on the fly. It's hard to read. It's called 5-Finger Discount. Where basically you distract the opponent and gain control of one of their permanents. As you can see, when Unglued came out, I lost my mind. This is Bob, who has all the abilities on the planet. There was a card, Old Fogey, I think, had pretty much all these on it. So in a way, I was slightly prophetic there. Here's Concrete Donkey. That was a reference to the Worms video games. They used to sacrifice it to destroy a creature or land. It's a little overpowered. Maybe for 6 mana it's not, I don't know. This is a legendary creature named Skippy. It's like a little squirrel thing that makes hairball tokens. So that's rad. Here's an Unfair Treatment. This is another very unglued card. It says, counter target spell if in your opinion it's an unfair spell to play. I would actually like to see that on a... this is 1 colorless, 1 blue. I think I would probably make it 1 more mana. But that will be actually a fun uncard, I think. And here's a Muppet. Who doesn't like a Muppet? I mean, really. Tap target creature. It doesn't untap as long as Muppet is in play. This is overpowered. The Muppet should stay tapped, but other than that. So this is a very interesting card. Actually, I'm going to save this for last. I'm going to go to this card first because this card has an interesting history. I have another card that has this same art, but it has on the top counter spell and has the 2 blue mana. It's exactly the same. I got both of those cards on eBay. So the person who made these cards, what they have done, it's a Magic card. So they said they quote unquote altered these cards. So what they did, you can see this is a printed card. What you can't see is sniff it. It still smells like acetone. So what this person did is they would take a Magic card. I think the counter spell's legit. I think they took a legit counter spell and rubbed everything except the name and the cost off with acetone. But they would rub these cards down with acetone and then run them through some kind of printer, some kind of really high-end printer, and print off their own cards. And of course, they got they moved on to foil cards, and then they started doing fake foils essentially, and got shut down off of eBay. But this is their prototypes. So yeah, that's a fun story. This card still smells pretty bad. If I take it out and give it a big sniff, it still smells horribly of acetone. So that's a fun. And I didn't pay much on eBay. I think I got the counter spell on this for, I want to say $6 or $7, because those were basically the first cards this person did that were the test cards. And then it started getting shadier and shadier. This is one of my favorite things on the planet. So my friend Mark gave me this. He bought a collection from someone. And they had this card that they had homemade. And it's got to be some kind of in-joke. But It's a as you can see, it's a revised lightning bolt. They've put one on it. I don't even think that's just the number one. It's not got the circle like it's a mana. It's just one. And it says, and these are all cards. These are, you can tell this card is if you look at it, it's got a texture to it. And it says Summon Bolt. It's got flying bands, trample, first strike. You can pay 1 to have it deal 3 damage. Pay 1 to prevent 1 damage. You can barely see it, but it's got regenerate. Pay 1 to counter target spell. And pay 1 to just give it +1/+1. And it's a 5/5. So yeah, I want to know the history behind this card, but and the fact that they use the Prodigal Sorcerer art is just the icing on the cake. This is one of my favorite cards I own, and it's all just held together with you can probably see it. It's just masking tape, and it looks really old. Like this is probably something someone did in like high school or something when they were a kid. Love it. Love it, love it. This is someone's embarrassing magic card that is now a piece of nostalgia, a work of art, I would say, even. So yeah, there you go. This is my stack of embarrassing forays into creating my own magic cards. The ones from high school, I think I like the most because they're just so 90s. And the ones my friend Brian did, he just knocked those out of the park. I mean, look at that. This looks beautiful. It's got multiple layers because he used it's a Saturday Night Live trading card underneath it. It's just wonderful. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this look into my embarrassing past and someone's really wonderful homemade card. Whoever, if you know where this card came from, please let me know, because it's got to be a piece of nostalgia for somebody. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.